In October 2022, a 30-year-old in cargo shorts sat in a $30 million penthouse in the Bahamas, running a crypto empire valued at $32 billion. Politicians called him the responsible face of crypto. His face was on billboards. Tom Brady took his money. So did some of the smartest venture capitalists on the planet. He was compared to JP Morgan, to Warren Buffett. Then a single spreadsheet leaked. And in 8 days, not years, not months, 8 days, all $32 billion of it ceased to exist. This is the story of Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, the fastest collapse of a financial empire in modern history. Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF as everyone called him, was raised by 2 Stanford law professors and studied physics at MIT. There he adopted a philosophy called effective altruism, the idea that the most moral life is to earn as much money as possible in order to give it away as effectively as possible. Hold on to that idea because it becomes the alibi for everything that follows. If your mission is saving humanity, what's a little rule bending along the way? The math always forgives you. After a stint at the elite trading firm Jane Street, SBF spotted a genuine legal gold mine in 2017. Bitcoin traded at higher prices in Japan and Korea than in America. Buy here, sell there, pocket the difference. His new trading firm, Alameda Research, ground out real profits from this arbitrage. In crypto's Wild West, he was one of the few players who looked like an adult. In 2019, he built something bigger, his own crypto exchange in the Bahamas, called FTX. And an exchange is a beautiful business. You're not gambling on the market, you're the casino, collecting a fee on every bet. Traders flock to it. But FTX had a special feature no one could see: a back door. What followed was the fastest ascent in financial history. FTX bought the naming rights to the Miami Heat's arena. It ran a Super Bowl commercial. Tom Brady and Giselle took equity. Sequoia Capital, the firm behind Apple and Google, invested, with one partner's now infamous profile gushing that SBF played video games during their pitch meeting. Investors didn't just accept the messy genius act, they paid extra for it. By January 2022, FTX was valued at $32 billion. SBF's personal fortune peaked around $26 billion. He became one of the largest political donors in America, testified before Congress in his signature rumpled t-shirt, and lobbied to write the very rules that would govern his industry. The emperor of crypto, preaching regulation by day. And the whole time, the money machine had a second pipe. Customer deposits, the billions that ordinary users sent to FTX to buy crypto, were supposed to sit untouched, like chips in a casino cage. Instead, billions flowed quietly to Alameda, SBF's own trading firm, through that special exemption coded into FTX's software. Alameda gambled with it. Venture bets, luxury Bahamian real estate for executives, celebrity sponsorships, political donations, and increasingly desperate trades to plug earlier losses. The books that tracked all this? Prosecutors would later reveal an operation of staggering sloppiness, a multi-billion-dollar empire tracked in spreadsheets and Slack messages, with an $8 billion hole labeled, internally, under a dummy account. To understand the collapse, you need to understand one token, FTT. FTT was FTX's own in-house token, created from nothing by FTX, like a casino printing its own chips. It had real uses on the exchange, and as FTX boomed, its price soared. Alameda held mountains of it. Now watch the trick. Alameda used those mountains of FTT, chips its sister company had conjured from thin air, as collateral to borrow real money. Billions in real loans, secured by an asset whose value depended entirely on faith in FTX itself. 2 towers, each holding the other up. As long as nobody looked down, the structure stood. Enron insured itself with its own stock. Alameda borrowed against its own token. 60 years apart, the same architecture, and the same fatal dependency. The price must never fall. On November 2nd, 2022, somebody looked down. Day 1, November 2nd. The crypto news outlet CoinDesk publishes a leaked Alameda balance sheet. The finding, a huge share of Alameda's assets is just FTT. The firm, supposedly worth billions, is largely propped up by its sister company's house-printed token. The article is dry, technical, and lethal. Day 5, November 6th. Changpeng Zhao, CZ, the head of rival exchange Binance and crypto's most powerful man, tweets that Binance will dump its entire FTT position, roughly $500 million worth. Whether it was risk management or a kill shot at a rival, the effect is identical. The most followed account in crypto just yelled, "Fire," in the theater. The bank run begins. Customers rush to pull their money from FTX, hundreds of millions, then billions in hours. Here's the thing about a real casino. When everyone cashes out at once, the cage has the chips. FTX's cage was empty. The money was gone, lent to Alameda, locked in venture deals, spent, lost. An $8 billion hole. Day 7, November 8th. FTX freezes withdrawals. Then the twist nobody scripted. SBF announces FTX will be acquired by Binance. CZ signs a letter of intent. The community exhales. Day 8, November 9th. Binance's accountants spend one day inside FTX's books and walk. The deal is dead. There is no rescue. There is no plan B. November 11th. FTX, Alameda, and about 130 affiliated companies file for bankruptcy. SBF resigns. $32 billion of paper value, gone in the time it takes to get a passport renewed. The man brought in to clean up the wreckage was John Ray III, the same lawyer who had liquidated Enron. And Ray told Congress that in decades of corporate failures, he had never seen anything this bad. The inner circle flipped almost immediately. Caroline Ellison, Alameda's CEO and SBF's on-and-off girlfriend, pled guilty and testified that Sam directed the use of customer funds. His co-founders pled guilty too. The empire's leadership became the prosecution's witness list. SBF was arrested in the Bahamas in December 2022, extradited and, against every lawyer's advice, took the stand at his own trial. The jury needed less than 5 hours. Guilty on all 7 counts: fraud, conspiracy, money laundering. Prosecutors put the theft at over $10 billion. In March 2024, Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. He was 32 years old. One dark comic footnote: years later, crypto prices rose so much that the bankruptcy estate could announce customers would be repaid at the old frozen values. The money came back. The trust never did. Madoff needed 40 years to build his lie, and it survived him for decades. SBF's empire needed 4 years to build and 8 days to die. That's not because fraud got smarter. It's because money got faster. In a world where a leaked spreadsheet reaches 1 million phones before lunch, there are no slow collapses anymore. The philosophy that started it all promised to save the world with math. It ended as the oldest story in finance. Other people's money, one brilliant man, and the words, "Trust me." Next, the original version of this story, the man who ran the scam for 40 years and stole $65 billion, Bernie Madoff. Subscribe so you don't miss it.